Hey guys, what's up? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and I read an article over at, let me see what the website is, Games Shirt. I'll leave a link to the description box of this article. Now, Epic Games is saying that next generation consoles, from what they've seen of the specs from Microsoft and Sony, that the specs aren't really that high, and it's not really going to be next generation. And maybe what we're going to see is, from the Nintendo Wii-U. Now, they didn't say that in the article, but that's what I'm guessing. We hear about the specs of the Wii-U. It's about a gig or, an extra gig of memory, a little bit of a faster CPU. Maybe it's a little bit, Xbox or PS3, 1.5 or something like that. A little bit in the middle or somewhere around there. A little bit more powerful, but not truly next generation. Now, Epic Games is a company that loves to sell their software engine, and more companies use the Unreal Engine than any other engine, and there's been a big drop-off of its software engines. It isn't giving out their Rage engine, and from what I've heard of the Rage reviews, some people really like it, some people really don't. I haven't played it myself, so I can't really make an educated decision, on the new id engine. However, Epic Games is built off of selling the Unreal Engine, and the Unreal Engine 4 photographs do look very impressive, and that's what they want to do. Now, it seems to me that possibly the next generation console, if you want to call it a console, it's not really a console, is going to be a couple of things. It's going to be one the PC. And who else can benefit from that? Well, it's going to be OnLive. And that other company, I can't remember the name. I know I made a video, Grika. They can stream real games to you in real time, like OnLive, but it uses the web browser with Java, and it actually runs pretty well. Now, the thing that I really want to talk about is, should we have truly a super leap in consoles? Is some good points and some bad points. And one of the good points about it is that, it looks pretty. It looks better. It looks better than what I have right now. And of course, I'm going to go googly eye over, the Unreal 4 engine. Let's just say Gears of War 4 came out, but I believe they wrapped up the trilogy with that, and maybe they're going to continue it. I don't quite know. But you would go googly eye. I mean, just like when we saw Gears of War, the very first one, we went googly eye over that. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. And of course, people want to, dig through their wallets and find $400 to buy it. They want to find $60 to buy these games. And you look at the economy right now, it's not really that great. Most people are really scared, if they're going to lose their job. Some people are in a more secure job environment. Some people aren't. And people now are sometimes, their hours are being cut and so on. And, would a next generation, have another video game collapse? We don't. Maybe it would, maybe it won't. Maybe it would, maybe it won't. What if they do come out with these new consoles and people don't have the money to really afford these consoles? I mean, let's look at the Xbox. I mean, I know there was the one without the hard drive, but let's look at the one with the hard drive. $400. That was kind of pricey. I mean, it was $100 in Xbox One when that first got released in the PS3. Both of those consoles were both $300. But, however, $100, yeah, it's expensive, but all right, I'll pay it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that type of thing. You roll your eyes and you're like, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'm not happy about the $100, but I really want the Xbox 360. And the PS3, there was a $600 model, which was the 60 gig version. And then there was the 20 gig model. That was the one without the Wi-Fi, and that was $500. And a lot of people didn't even want to spend $500. I mean, granted, that was the one nobody wanted to buy. What was the 20 gig model with no Wi-Fi? And that was actually the gray. it was a silver gray PS3, which was kind of weird because that's the one they used that was the one they were trying to market the color with a little bit, but it was, the 60 gig one was the black one, which was kind of weird. Remember the boomerang PS3 controller and everything like that. But if we go next generation, should we go next generation and just, let's say the next generation consoles are going to cost $300, right? $300, and Microsoft and Sony aren't going to lose any money making these consoles. Let's just say it costs them $300 to make these consoles. Boom, put them in the shops, okay? Then you just buy some software, and they're already making a profit. With all the other consoles, I think to date was maybe, I don't really know it. Maybe PS1, Sega Saturn, maybe they are, it cost them more. It costs them more to make it than to sell it. So I think Xbox was costing like $650 or $700, and PS3 was like $800 or $900 or something ridiculous like that. What if we get in a situation like that, where these companies aren't making their money back on the hardware because software sales are so low? Now, one of the things you really have to think about is, with today, with the way, things are kind of going, is that, software sales are off for the consoles by 8%. And that's kind of scary right now because a lot of people are gaming on their iPhones, they're gaming on their Androids, they're playing casual games. People are playing free games on Facebook. I actually played the, I think it was Marvel Alliance. He called it the Avengers, whatever. It was okay. It was kind of fun. But there's other, click adventure games on Facebook, and they're free. So people are like finding time just to kill themselves, and kill some extra time and stuff. And there's also free MMOs now. I was just playing Star Trek Online. That's absolutely free. And there's a company who makes these free MMOs. There's a first-person shooter game MMO they made, which was pretty interesting from what I saw. The graphics are really nice. And so there's free games that are coming out, and they're working on models which they can make a profit on these free games by, $1 here, $1 there, and it adds up, and they'll let people play for free. So, we could go next generation. Sure, we could. But we're in a recession kind of right now. And if Microsoft and Sony don't make their money back quick enough on these consoles, on the hardware, what's that going to do to them? You have to think of it. They need money to run their companies. Yeah, they could probably lose a console here or there. I know it took Sega a while before they actually died. The 32X was a failure. The Sega CD was a failure, even though I like Sega CD. The Sega Saturn, and it did okay. It wasn't a complete failure, but it wasn't a major success. Then the Dreamcast killed it, which was an awesome system as well. But we have to look at it from the point of view Microsoft. Okay, they're gonna put aside, maybe, I don't know what the number is, $5-10 billion or whatever. And they have to make that money back in a certain amount of time. If they don't make it back, that's going to put more stress on the console after that. So if for me, from a business standpoint, I would probably maybe just build a console, wait it another year or two, and just extend the life of the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Try to get the best console that you think you could probably get with, and not lose any money on the hardware. All right, so if we have to go to, even 2015, I know that's long. I know it sucks and everything to go that long without new hardware. But if we go to 2015, and Microsoft and Sony, they release their consoles with no loss on the hardware. So if they sell it for $300, it costs them $300, and right from the get-go, they're making money off of the software. We'll get better hardware than if we got an Xbox or a PS3 coming next year, and we just wait a while because we're in a recession. Now, if we weren't in a recession and things were doing pretty well, I mean, yeah, charge it, get a console and build it for $600-$700 and sell it for $300-$400. I mean, it's going to make its money back. Look at how successful PlayStation 2 was. PlayStation 2, I mean, I think in Japan was being sold for $500 because they basically weren't even, subsidizing them basically in Japan. And Japanese people wanted the PS2 for one main reason: a DVD player, because it was so expensive to buy DVD players back then in Japan. It was actually cheaper to buy DVD players here in the U.S. And the funny thing is, a lot of them were made in Japan back in the day. So anyway, guys, this is mp4podcast.com. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'll leave the article to what Epic Games is saying in the description box of this video. So once again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. Love to have you as a subscriber. Once again, this is mp4podcast.com. Signing out. You guys have a good one. Hey guys, bye.